Now, I am no stranger to hardcore Minecraft. For those of you who are, hardcore Minecraft is like regular Minecraft, except if you die, the world is gone forever. I've had one successful run, and that was back in April of 2020. Since then, I've died a lot. Oh god, maybe I don't got this. Oh god! Oh no! I think this is it. I think this is it. I've had over 12 hardcore runs in total, all ending the dumb mistakes, some with heartbreak and some with cringe. But today that changes. Today I'm doing it the old-fashioned way, and I'm gonna do it for the YouTube. Was that even a thing? I know do it for the Vine was, but I don't do it for the YouTube. Anyway, I'm gonna survive 100 days in hardcore Minecraft. But before we get started, a special shout out to Luke the Notable, the OG 100 Days man. Without him, the 100 Days videos probably wouldn't even be a thing on YouTube. And also to Forge Labs. They're both two amazing creators who helped inspire me to make this video. Be sure to check them out. Their links will be in the description down below. Also, I'm gonna do the Minecraft YouTuber meme and tell you guys that only a small percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed, like an insanely small amount. So if you do end up enjoying this video, please hit subscribe. You can always undo it later if you change your mind. Anyway, on with the video. Minecraft's day counter starts on day 0, so I'm starting there. On day 0, I spawned in a village and decided to look around the area before checking out the village. And I got a little lost in the scenery of the new world, but then I quickly remembered this is hardcore Minecraft, not a sightseeing trip. So I made my way back to the village and started looting. I was met with some lackluster loot, and I realized I wasn't getting any handouts here, so I got to work fast on setting down in a shack at the end of town. I made a few basic tools and decided to go looking for surface iron. By the looks of the sun, I didn't have much time left to explore, so I had to stay close to a bed. As I walked back to my shack, I could hear the sounds of mobs under me. The cave system must be massive, and this is only 1.17. I knew I needed to seal these openings up, not only for my sake, but it would be a death sentence if a villager went down there. As the sun set, I went to my shack, and I found a nitwit in my bed. Sorry, dude. I need this way more than you. I woke up the next morning with one goal in mind. I needed iron for a water bucket and a shield. If I can get chestplate and a helmet on top of that, that'd be really lit. Because, in case you guys didn't know, a skeleton on hard mode can 360 no-scope headshot you without flinching and take you out just like that. So, you need all the head protection you can get. I headed back to my shack to smelt up what I found and cook up the meat I gathered. It looks like I'm gonna have to mine the old-fashioned way. So, I picked a spot by the river and started digging. Mining was going well until I mined into a cave where I saw a creeper waiting for me. One more block break and boom. I was not ready for that, so I noped out of there. On my way back home, I saw a wandering scammer down in a hole. Good. The sun was setting, so I went back home and slept. 2 days in, and they both feel wasted. The next morning, I woke up determined to mine. Who'd have thought mining in a game called Minecraft would be so difficult? I picked a random place and started a new mine. It went well, and I mined most of the day away, finding a decent amount of iron. On my way back, I got really paranoid about a raid for some reason. I don't even know why. I haven't even seen a patrol yet, but either way, I wanted these men safe. I'd need them in the future for projects, so I got them in their homes and blocked them in. Now they should be safe till I call upon them. It got dark halfway through doing this though, so I slept, and when the sun rose, I got straight to work on my own place. The village was nice, but a girl needs her own place to spread her wings, so I built a shack. It ain't much, but it'll get me through the nights for now. I went back to mining till I eventually hit a mine shaft. This would be great for future braver Joselyn, but with current scared Joselyn, this would be certain death. I'd probably get poisoned and freak out and spam attack or something stupid. So I sealed it off and left. Yeah, this is a common theme for a while. I get scared of mobs or something bad happening. I find a little bit of pushback and I stall. I find a new project. Past me is a coward, and I just want to go on the record that I'm no longer this person. Anyway, I went to sleep like the coward I am. I needed some sugarcane and food going, so I went to do that, and I swear I totally wasn't stalling, guys. As I left my shack, I realized tactically I was in a terrible spot. I was in the middle of a valley, surrounded by high ground on all sides. I've seen Iron Man 3. I know what a kill box is, and I was living in one. I planted the crops nearby and started working on making my base better. I ended up doing that through days 5 and 6. Just worked on the base more and gathered more materials as it went. They weren't the most exciting days. It was day 7 and I was still working on the base. That wasn't until I realized I was outgrowing the area I already had. So I started to flatten some more land. And when I came back from terraforming, I found a cow friend just chilling in a boat outside my house. He is great and he's my friend. I love him and I want to keep him all 100 days if I can. I don't have a name for him, so call him Cow for now. Anyway, I went back inside and decided to mine some more. I tried to go around the mine shaft only to find more mine shaft, but this part looked really cool with the geode going through it. Like, look how pretty this is. Minecraft 1.17 is such a pretty update, and I love seeing what it does to the world generation, and it makes me so excited for 1.18. Anyway, I tried to mine around the mine shaft some more, and I ended up coming to a cave. I went back to the surface defeated. I think I might have to find a new mine. I woke up the next day and got right to smelting. Realizing I finally had enough iron for a full set of armor, I suited up. Your girl was ready to take on the world now. So I grabbed my gear and decided to explore. Maybe I'd have luck that way. So I set off on my journey and found a ton of iron in a ravine. Eventually I slept in a tree for the night under the stars. When the sun rose, I had enough resources, so I headed back home and smelted up what I found. While I waited for the iron, I did more terraforming on my base and got really into it and zoned out till night came, so I went to sleep. At sunrise, I woke up determined more than ever. I was gonna make my mine mine. I grabbed my gear and headed down into my mine. And let me tell you, to be honest, it went better than expected. I got to Y11 by the end of the day, so I mined until my pick broke, and then I went to go rest. Diamonds were within my grasp. So on the morning of day 11, I was feeling invigorated from the success of yesterday, so I set my ambitions high. And maybe they were a little too high, we'll see. I wasn't gonna leave the mine till I got diamonds. I turned all the iron I had in the picks and headed into the mine. I got started, and let's say, it wasn't going too well. I had to leave the mine a lot. My inventory kept getting full. I kept needing food and wood for torches. This went on and on until day 13, when finally, I found some of that sweet, sweet blue stuff. Finally! I continued to mine through day 15, finding a few more diamonds and a lot of other resources. I was able to end day 15 with full diamond armor. I was one blinged out gal. Now that I was better protected, I wanted my base to be the same. So I started to secure it more with a wall. I needed more resources and was almost killed by this creeper. Like, I'm honestly not sure if it was my reaction time or that I had diamond armor on or a combination of the two that saved me, but either way, I was almost a dead woman right there. End the video, goodbye. But nope, I live, bitch. I decided I'd go back and do something a bit more safer after that, so more terraforming it was. It was going well, and I got a lot done, but I guess day 16 had one more trick up its sleeve. It started getting dark, so I was finishing up the last of the dirt when suddenly... Man, I was not having good luck. I booked it out of there and went inside. It was around this day I started to realize how much time I waste by sleeping every night, so I decided to go mining through the night instead of sleeping. I needed coal for more fuel anyway. When I got back to the surface, it was the morning, so I finished flattening the land and started to put up a wall. I love the new deep slate. Like, every block from 1.17 is amazing. So beautiful. But the deep slate, especially the tiles, it's just mwah. So I built my wall with that, and I ran out because I just didn't have enough. I ended up running out just as it got dark, so I went back to the mine to gather up more through the night. On the day of day 18, I had what I needed to finish the wall off. I definitely would want to expand this eventually, but for now I was in a good place. With the wall up and the base mob proof, I wanted to get food sorted out, so I started working on a farm. Now, I have no idea how I did this. This is script Joselyn, but let me tell you, somehow I took until day 20 to work on this farm. Like, let's just look and see. I guess I was playing with fences and animals, and I really don't know. Anyway, it was already day 21, and I didn't have much to show for it. So I got everything together to go on a real adventure. I made a map and everything. I set off and was having such a nice time. I came across this ruined portal, and then this happened. Alright, you know, not the best, but not the worst, you know. I don't know what that lag was. Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened there. I guess there was some world lag or something, but whatever it was, thank you. I took a quick nap before I journeyed on to de-stress, and when I got up, I saw a jungle, which gave me a little fright. There are mobs aplenty in there, and it is so easy to get lost, so I was definitely going to be avoiding it for now. That was until I got distracted by a noise. I need a village more than anything. Oh wait, but I hear a parrot. Now, I never tamed a parrot before, and let me tell you, these birds are greedy, greedy boys. They want so much seed to be your friend. Hello, friend. Yes! Hey, come back! Also, did you know that they randomly make creeper noises? Come on with me, friend. Wait. Yes, let's go. Oh my god, parrot? Yeah, I didn't know that. It scared me half to death on this adventure. Anyway, I found another ruined portal and got a golden apple from it, which was awesome loot. There was a village nearby, so I decided to take shelter for the night before I started stealing all their possessions. The next day started with me stealing all their possessions and starting my way back home. We needed to get our parrot friend home. I'm gonna call him Blue. After Blue and I got home, I started getting things ready for enchanting. I knew I couldn't make it long without enchants, but I was tired from my journey, so I slept through the night. At dawn, I did some farming, then went to gather more wood for bookshelves. I also expanded my land over the river so I could maybe fish from it for one day. I love fishing in Minecraft, but I didn't have a fishing rod yet, so this is just a small goal of mine. I set up a temporary enchant table in my house, and then I went back to mining since my diamond levels were getting low. I had no intentions of mining what I found that night, though, because when I was setting up the table and testing to see what level it was, I saw Fortune 3 right there on the table for my pick. I just needed the XP to get it. As I searched for diamonds, I come across a cave and almost had a heart attack. But in my cowardice, I noticed diamonds, so I went back to block off the tunnel. When I got back to the surface, it was the next day, so I decided to enchant my pick and try my luck on other pieces of armor when suddenly... Okay, here, let me just see. Let me just toss these boots. What? What? Let's throw that on there immediately. Sometimes it takes me forever to find it. And Prot 3, what? Oh, hell yeah. Feather Falling 4. I was speechless. This was an enchant that would save me a lot of trouble. This is a must-have for fighting the Ender Dragon. On top of that, I got protection free with it for free. These boots were gonna save my life one day. I'm sure of it. I headed down to gather the diamonds I found earlier with my new Fortune 3 pick. Five, 6, 7, 8. Out of the 8 ore I found, I got 12 diamonds. Not too bad. Then I went looking for more cows to get leather for books until sunset. Then, back to the mines. When I was finished mining, there was a thunderstorm going on, so I planted some pumpkins by my house, and by the time I was finished, the storm cleared up. So I went to go check on the villagers. They've been locked up in their houses for almost a month, so I tried to mess with their trades, but it was already too late for them to work, so I went back to the mine. On day 27, I went hunting for the remaining leather I need for a full enchanting setup. It took all day, but by sunset, I had enough and crafted all the books I needed for my enchanting area. I celebrated by, you guessed it, mining some more. Before heading to the surface that morning, I grabbed some obsidian. Today was the day. I was gonna attempt to go to the Nether. I built my portal and stepped in praying it wasn't a basalt delta. I entered, pleased to see it was not a delta, but a crimson forest. I looked around and saw a really cool portal in the lava ocean down below. Honestly, the big ones like that are some of my favorite ones. The frames are so cool. I found a blue mushroom that scared the hoggins away, and I started calling it Big Fungus. I don't know why, but listen, let me tell you, Big Fungus kept me safe on this trip. He was a trusted friend who I would add to my tool belt to call at any moment's need. So don't judge his name. Big Fungus. I'm gonna call that this. This is my protector, my only protector. Big Fungus has saved me. After exploring with Big Fungus for some time and not spotting even a single nether brick, I decided to go back. I would need a bridge to find a fortress, I think, and I can't do that without a bow. A gas spawning would be almost certain death. So I went hunting for spiders, because I didn't have enough string to make a bow. Plus, it'd be nice to have a fishing rod finally. Then I was met with phantoms, which is a mob I forgot even existed, to be honest. I never really dealt with them before, because I avoid nights like the plague in all my playthroughs. I fought them off and went hunting for any remaining spiders. I got 3 string, enough for a bow, but sadly still no fishing rod. It was the dawn of day 29, and I was on my way back home from spider hunting when I heard a noise on the ground, but it wasn't scary for once. I dug around for a little while, and I found the source of the noise. Look at them all! It was an underwater lake full of axolotls. I was so excited. I wanted a whole army of them one day, and this was a great start. Not only that, it was axolotls with a bunch of my favorite colors. This little man right here, transpied axolotl for the win. One day, I want to make a cool habitat for all these men, but for now, I put them in a safe place and then worked on flattening the land around my base some more, which I did into the next day. When I went to put my stuff away after a long night's work, I realized I killed enough mobs for the night to make a fishing rod. Fishing is one of my favorite things to do in Minecraft, and I was hyped to be able to finally do it. I crafted my rod, then went to enjoy the finer things in life for about 3.5 seconds. Then the phantoms attacked. I just want to fish, goddammit! Fuck, there's 4 of them. Guys. I want to fish, damn it. I just want to fish, goddammit! I wanted to start working on a farm building. Initially, I had a one-size-fits-all building that would house a semi-auto wheat, carrot, and potato farm, full-auto sugarcane and sheep farms, along with a cow grinder, all in one building in my mind. And it ended up being a bit more ambitious than I originally thought, size-wise, but that was something for future Joselyn to find out. For now, I started gathering materials for the farm. I knew I'd need quartz for observers, so I went to the Nether for some and ended up getting some Enderman kills. By the time I got back from the Nether, it was dark out, so I crafted what I could and cut down the trees that I planted in my base. It was morning by the time I finished, so I started working on the farm. It took me a while to get it right. It won't be the most efficient, but it will get stuff done for now. Eventually, I want this to be 3 layers, but after working on it for 3 days, I need a break. So I went mining to wind down my day. The next morning, I wanted to begin making stonks, and for that, I needed villagers. So I started working on a villager breeder. I went with a design by Logical Geek Boy. You can check out the link in the description down below for that one. Started gathering materials. One of them that I need is a composter, and let me tell you, it's been a long time since I've made a composter, and I normally just steal them from the villages, and I guess it needs slabs now instead of fences. Like, I swear you needed fences for a composter. Anyway, I didn't find that out till after I made a whole bunch of fences, so that sucked. But I made the composter, started making the farm, and then when I went to go put my light source down, I forgot to crouch, so I ended up composting it by accident. This is not going well. Like, I swear I cannot do anything without messing it up in this playthrough. Anyway, night was falling, so I went back to the Nether to go get another shroom light for a light source, and I'm back to the mine for the evening. I woke up and started working on the breeder. I did this till day 39, not because it's hard to make, but because I decided to make it with stone bricks, and like the genius I am, I really didn't mine any extra coal on any of the days up till now, unless I actually needed it. God, I need to get my resource situation together. But that's a problem for another day. I ended day 39 by finally harvesting my farm for the first time. Oh, look at it all. I then spent the night replanting the farm and doing other chores around the base. I discovered a security flaw overnight and fixed that right away. And now I just had to wait to see if the breeder would work. While I waited, I started getting ready for my next farm. After getting it all together, I checked on the villagers and decided to help things along. I wasn't sure if a nitwit could breed or not, because I know that they can't have jobs. But luckily I found out they aren't too stupid to fuck. When morning came, I set out for another adventure back to the jungle. I realized when I was there, I got so distracted by getting blue that I forgot to grab bamboo, which I needed for scaffolding, which I'm gonna end up needing for the next farm I wanted to build. I set off in a different direction and ended up finding a ruined portal with pretty okay loot, and ended up getting to the jungle in quick time. I explored a little bit and slept when night came, so I didn't have to deal with the phantoms for the next few nights while building. I continued my journey home when I woke up, making sure to take a different route to fill in as much map as I could. I love my maps. I want to make a whole room of them one day in this world. They are so cool. Once I got back to base, I started expanding it some more to make room for a small market, and then spent the next 2 days making some places for farmers and librarians, and slowly started filling some of the spots. On day 47, I was starting to run out of villagers, so I decided to take a break and let more be born and mess with my librarians. I needed mending. I figured it would take me forever to find it, so I might as well get started looking for it. I went to my first villager just to see what he had, and... What? I couldn't believe it. Mending for 10 emeralds this early on? I wasn't even trying it. I was such a happy girl in that moment. I was expecting to take days to get a mending trade, let alone one this cheap. I bought a few books and started to put it on my gear when I remembered I needed to eat IRL. I just realized I'm waiting for pizza. Since I was distracted by pizza when enchanting my boots, I decided to call them Pizza's Calling. I don't know. I like naming my gear. Just roll with it. I did some more farming, then went to the mines to get some rest from the phantoms. When morning came, I went back to try my luck with the next librarian. Maybe I'd get lucky again and find cheap infinity, but he wasn't cooperating. So when night came, I went back to the mine. I needed more stone bricks. Day 49 was spent the same exact way, just trying to get good trades with the villagers, and I was like, look, mending again. Like, I don't need mending. Why did they give me mending so much? I swear it's not even rare anymore. Anyway, when it got dark, I went down to the mine. On day 50, when I got back to the surface, it was raining, and I assumed it was a thunderstorm going on because I haven't slept for a while, so I tried to sleep and couldn't, but I still couldn't shake the thought that a thunderstorm was happening, and it hitting my villagers and turning them into witches, and it being a big mess. So I made a lightning rod and sat it near the breeder. I wasn't too sure how it worked, so I put it down on the hill nearby. I didn't know if it had a radius that they could still get hit with, if it was nearby and on top of the breeder, and I didn't want to chance it, so I just threw it on the hill, and luckily so, because a few moments later...
Alright, we need to sleep. I got the advancement, and then I got struck by lightning. We're gonna sleep.
At the time, I thought I got struck by lightning as well, and I didn't want to take any other chances anymore, so I just slept to clear the weather. With the weather clear, I spent the morning filling in the last few stalls in the market. I figured I'd lock in their trades later. I needed a source of XP, so I spent the next few days working on a general mob farm. Something I only made once in my Minecraft career, and it never worked, so hopefully I'll get it right this time. I finished the mob farm on day 53, and celebrated by MLG water bucketing off the farm.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm a pro gamer. Between day 53 and day 55, I'll be honest, I don't know what I did. All I have in my notes is IDK what I did TBH. Like, come on, Joselyn. This doesn't help me. Let's just look and see what I did. It looks like I just traded with villagers. I put a lid on the breeder and traded some more. It looks like I had some real productive days there. On day 56, I decided I needed to get my shit together. No more stalling by playing with villagers and building farms. I was gonna find a Nether Fortress. So I grabbed my gear and stepped into the portal. I spent all day and night exploring, but with no luck. It was day 57 when I left the Nether, and I wanted to try a new strategy. I was going to explore the overworld and build portals far from my base, hoping I'd come out near a fortress. It's a foolproof plan, it has to work. So, I got my things and set out. Over the next few days, I found shipwrecks, coral reefs, buried treasures. I built so many portals, and I even got the hot tourist destination advancement, but still no fortress. So, at the end of day 60, I decided to head home and try it the old-fashioned way. I got back to my base just as the sun rose, and did some stonks to hit level 30 and help raise my spirits. Then, I souped up my sword and bow and headed back to the Nether. I decided I was just gonna do it the old way, pick one direction and just go. I chose the side that was the wall nearest my portal so I didn't have the bridge right away, and started mining. I mined all day through day 61, and at the dawn of day 62, I stumbled on it.
Yes! Oh my gosh, yes! Yes! Okay. Oh my gosh, I can still see the portal. Okay, ooh, and there's a spawner right here. I just don't like that I can hear those guys squishing. Okay,
I was so hyped. Then I realized I forgot my gold armor, so I ran back to base to grab it. Then it was time to take on the Nether Fortress. I started by taking out the blaze near the bridge I was going to build stairs to. I was so scared to get yeeted into lava, but I pushed on as I built my way down. Nervously, I made my way across the bridge, nearing the blaze spawner. I could hear the wither skeletons rattling through the fortress. Like, seriously, they were everywhere. Eventually, I made it to the spawner, and things got really tense a few times. So tense to the point where I gave in to my cowardice and started to run away. But then I paused at the end of the bridge and I decided, you know what? I'm not gonna live in fear anymore. So I pulled out my bow and took out a few blaze from below. Then I went back up to the spawner. I was gonna use my bow again once I got up there, but there were zombie pigmen in the way, making this even more tense. One wrong shot and I'd have an army after me. Then I turned around and saw an army of wither skeletons behind me. I was surrounded by danger, but I needed the blaze rods. I took a deep breath, then opened fire on the blaze. Taking them out with precision, I ran up to the spawner and got what I needed, then booked it from the fortress. But not without one last spook. On my way out, I saw a blaze on the stairs right behind me, and I went for it. Just as I swung... That's right. I thought I hit a zombie piglin for a second. Thank God I didn't, or I may have been done for. After that, I crossed the bridge and made it out. I did it. I got blaze rods, finally. Once I got home, I wanted to get ender pearls, so I grabbed my gold bars and went back to the Nether to get ender pearls dream style. I ended up killing enough endermen for pearls before I even found piglins to trade with, but I still ended up trading with them, and I'm really glad I did, because I got a soul speed 3 enchantment, which will be great in the future. I fixed my storage, and I say it like that because this isn't fixing. This isn't fixing anything. It's just pushing problems off till later. Anyway, I put more chests down, and then I realized I forgot to get nether wart when I was in the fortress. So I went back, and let me tell you, I have never seen this happen before. It seems to be a fortress that only has crossroads and walkways, and while that'll be awesome in the future for farms, right now it's not really good if you need it for nether wart for potions. So I would either need to find a new fortress or raid a bastion, and I'll be honest with you guys, bastions scare me. I never came out of one alive, so I am definitely not going there. At least not in these 100 days, so I went back home. After my tense nether trip, I needed a rest from the excitement. I had all I needed to find the stronghold, so I went to work on adding the next 2 layers to the farm. It took a few days. I was getting so annoyed by phantoms at this point. Go ahead and insert your favorite mob boat joke here. I also decided to turn off the villager breeder for now, since I had more than enough, and I found this man just lurking outside my walls, looking in. I couldn't have this, so I let him off the property very gently. Honestly, I probably wouldn't take so long to build simple farms if I wasn't such an idiot. Just look at that. I built it all a block short, so I have to redo it after placing 20 water source blocks. Or how about this? A creeper just blows up what I'm doing. Like, holy cow, no wonder this took me 10 days. Anyway, it was day 74, and I finished up with the farm. It was ugly, but it worked. So I made more room for more librarians. I still needed Unbreaking 3 and a few other enchantments, plus it gave the farm time to grow. I finally found Unbreaking 3, but I had a choice to make. This was for 38 emeralds, but I spent 2 days looking for this. I don't know if Unbreaking 3 is rare or what now with villager trades, but it was hard as hell to get. I've seen mending more, but I decided I needed a better deal, so I broke the lectern and I kept trying. Looking for trades went through the night, all the way up to day 77. I needed Unbreaking 3 so my gear would stop breaking so fast. I was getting frustrated, but then in the middle of the night of day 77...
Oh, finally! You are the golden child for 11!
I was so excited. I locked a trade and then went to put Unbreaking 3 on my bow. I harvested my farm, then went to go make more stonks. After that, I needed a break from villagers, so I went mining again for more resources. I did this till day 80 when I decided to try out my mob farm, so I AFK'd through the day to get max mobs at the bottom. On my way down the tower, I... Just watch this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I almost died falling out of scaffolding trying to get down faster instead of just simply climbing it. I was so tense after that. My hands were shaking. So I decided to fish to calm my nerves till the next day when I decided to go to the Nether to mine quartz for XP. Now, honestly, at this point, that felt safer, and I needed XP so I could repair my bow and be at full strength through my upcoming battle. It was day 82 when I got back, so I did some chores around the base, made some stonks, and went mining. I knew what I had to do next. I just was trying to put it off because I was still a little bit of a coward. I mined away through the night trying to stall for just one more day. In the wee hours of the next day, I started heading back from my mine. I stopped to grab some obsidian because I was going to need it soon. I got to my base and started getting my inventory in order. I also made 2 ender chests to put valuables in before the journey. It was time to look for the stronghold. I spent all day getting ready. By the time it was night again. So I went back to the mine to wait for first sunlight. When the sun rose, I grabbed the map off my wall and set out. I didn't know how far this journey would take me, but I wanted to map out as much as I could. I spent all of day 84 and most of day 85 searching. After a few tosses of my ender eyes, I found where I needed to dig. And it wasn't long till I saw the bricks of the stronghold. I finally found it. I spent some time exploring the stronghold and eventually found the portal room. I quickly broke the silver spawner and decided to look around more. I found a few treasures, but nothing much. This stronghold is cut through by a ravine and a mine shaft, so it was really hard to explore. I didn't have any luck finding a library, so I headed back to the portal room to set up a small base. I built a nether portal in the hopes that maybe, just maybe, there was a fortress nearby that had nether wart. I stepped in and was quickly disappointed to see that I was in a basalt delta. But quickly that disappointment melted away and became excitement because I could see a nether brick sticking up ahead. I quickly made my way over towards it, and then I looked over and I saw it. My stairs. I was disappointed because no nether wart for me, but At least I had a quick way home, which worked out really well because I realized I forgot a pumpkin, so I headed back to base to grab one. On day 86, I made it back to the stronghold. I checked my inventory, and then I stood at the portal. This was it. I just needed to light it and step in. I started slowly placing the ender eyes and saw the portal open. All I had to do was jump in, and after a few seconds, I did. I spawned on the platform and the fight began. Luckily, I was close enough that I didn't even need the bridge over. I took aim at my first crystal and boom, I took it out first shot. This was going to be a cakewalk. I then proceeded to miss the next 45 shots I took. Eventually, one by one, I got the crystals down without too much interruption or trouble from the dragon. Once they were all down, I started shooting at her. Still with poor aim, but some shots were finally connecting. When she came down to perch was when I was most worried. One wrong move and she could yeet me to oblivion. But I played it smart and kept pushing till eventually.
Alright, just going down now. I did it! And I still have 2 weeks of time left in the game. Holy shit. I fucking did it. I did it. I beat the Ender Dragon in hardcore. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
To say I was happy would be a bit of an understatement. I was so happy. I almost cried tears of joy. Just listen to the joy of this girl. I haven't done this in so long. And after failing so many times before, it just made me feel so elated. So I gathered up the egg and decided to go end busting right away. I never made it farther than this in hardcore Minecraft before. My only successful run ended with a pearl being misthrown at the gateway. So I approached the gate with caution. I towered up to it and threw my pearl in. I spawned on the end islands and decided to crank my view distance way up. I found 2 cities right away. They were small with no treasure rooms or ships, but I did get shulker shells out of it. I spent another 20 minutes wandering around the end and bridging the void till, eventually, I stumbled on a huge city with a ship. Making my way to the top was easy work. I was getting through it fast until I aggroed an Enderman.
Oh no.
To say I was terrified would be an understatement. I dumped my water and then I ran. I had to bridge the ship. Now I had an angry Enderman on my tail somewhere nearby, but I couldn't hear it anymore, so I carried on carefully. I made it to the ship, and to say my water bucket saved me here would be an understatement. Just look at this. When I did finally take out the shulkers on the top deck, I entered the ship and ended up aggroing another Enderman. I was scared as shit, so I strategically placed my water. I panic thought and killed the shulker and then decided to claim my wings. The skies will now be mine. After what I just went through to get it, there will never be an elytra I earn more. I gathered my water and then quickly went to go get the dragon head. I wasn't going to leave this behind, but I was still scared of the Enderman. I equipped my elytra and then I took my maiden flight. It didn't take me long for me to find a gateway, and then I jumped through the portal and I was home. It was day 89 when I got back from the end, so I took care of my crops and decided it was finally to get my storage in order. If there was going to be a 200 days video, I wanted to be organized going into it. It took me till day 93, but finally, I was organized and had extra space. I also realized while doing my storage that my mob farm could work as a disc farm by luring skeletons over at night, so I started doing that. Days 94 through 98, I just spent expanding the base some more. I wanted to make an iron farm next. I started to get the materials together, and then I realized I had no name tags, or wood, or really any of the other resources I needed to make one, so maybe I'll put that off until next 100 days. So I decided to make a sugarcane farm instead. I went out for some sand from the nearby desert to make some glass. Once I had a full inventory, I came back and started smelting it up while I worked on the sugarcane farm. I'd never done one like this with layers, so I have no idea how to do item collection, so I'm just gonna have it scuffed like this till I figure out later. Also, I ended up getting stall one night, so that was awesome.
Hell yeah! Thank you for your help, sir, for getting me stall. Yeah, boy!
On day 99, I did some chores around the base, replanted my crops, and then decided that for my last day, I would do something I haven't gotten to do in almost all 100 days, and that was fish for an entire day. So, I grabbed my fishing rod, and I went fishing. I fished for the rest of day 99, and all through day 100, and I fished till night came, when I saw more creepers sitting on my mob farm, so I went out and got more skeletons to get more discs. We had 7 now so far. At the final minutes of day 100, I finally got what I've been looking for all along. A name tag. So I went to go watch the sunrise, and I thought of all the things I've done in this world, and all the things I want to do. There are a lot of things I have never done in Minecraft. I've never beaten a raid. I've never got all the advancements or raided a mansion. I've never got all the music discs, or collected heads from a charged creeper, and so many other things. And as the sun rose that morning, and I saw the day counter flip to 101, I made a promise to myself that I'd do all of that, and more in this world. I went and took one last look around my base. Put my stuff away, and then finally put a name tag on Blue, who's been with me since day 22. I went through a lot these last 100 days in this world. I grew so much as a player from it, and I just couldn't wait to see what the next 100 days had in store. Thank you all so much for coming along with me on this journey. This video took a lot of work to film, write, and edit, and is probably one of the biggest videos I ever made. I took on this project to see if I could even do it, and if you're watching this, I guess it means I did. If you want to see 200 days, let me know in the comments below, though. I probably will end up just doing it because I'm really loving this world so far. If you want to see more of my content, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And also be sure to check me out on Twitch because I stream on there pretty regularly. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. Bye!